Namaste students, welcome to your geography class, globes and maps. The main learning objectives of this lesson, that what we are going to study in this chapter is we'll be studying about the globe, the meaning, features, uses, maps, what is the meaning of maps, how many types of maps are there, the components and the uses, and geographical symbols and map reading. So let us know about the maps and the globes. Let us study about a globe. In the last chapter, we had studied about what was the shape and size of the earth. So can anyone tell me what is the shape of the earth? Yeah, you are right. The earth is geode in shape and is represented by a globe. So, a globe is a spherical model of earth of some other celestial body or of the celestial sphere. Globes serve purpose similar to the maps, but unlike maps, they do not distort the surface that portray except to scale it down. A model globe of Earth is called a terrestrial globe. A model globe of the celestial sphere is called celestial globe, children. So, a globe, you can see here, it is spherical and this is the earth. So, a globe is a spherical model of earth of some other celestial body. What I told, globes are similar to the purpose of map, but unlike maps, they do not distort the surface of the portrait except the scale it down. A globe is called as a terrestrial globe. A globe shows details of its subjects. A terrestrial globe shows landless, you can see here. It shows the land masses and the water bodies here. It might show the nations and major cities and the network of latitude, you can see here. Here we are having the latitude, we are having the latitude and the longitude on the maps. Some have raised the relief to some mountains and other large landforms. A globe shows notable stars and may also show positions of other prominent astronomical objects. Typically, it will also divide the celestial sphere into the constellations. Now, the word globe comes from the Latin word, children, globus, meaning sphere. Globes have a long history. The first known mention of a globe is from Strabo, describing the globe of Crates from around 150 BC. The oldest surviving terrestrial globe is the Eridefel, wrought by Martin Behelm in 1492. The oldest surviving celestial globe sits atop the Farnese Atlas, carved in the 2nd century in a Roman Empire. So now let us move on to the features of the earth. The globe is the miniature model of the earth. It is a true representation of the earth's spherical shape and not flat as seen on the map. It gives the information about many features of the earth. So here you can see that we are having, in this globe, we are having the northernmost point of the earth. Here we call this as a, what do we call this as a? We call this as a North Pole. And the southern tip point we are having of the earth, we call that as the South Pole. And here we are having an imaginary line running through the center of the earth and joining the North Pole and the South Pole. That we call it as the axis of rotation, children. A globe is a three-dimensional man-made model of the earth. It helps us to locate the different countries and continents. Thirdly, it gives us an idea about what the whole earth looks. Fourthly, it also helps us to understand the rotation of the earth. It is a simple teaching learning aid. Where we can keep it on the table and rotate it. It helps us to learn about the different geographical concepts. See here, we can see here. Here we are having 29% of the earth is covered with land. We can see on the globe, the green color and this yellow, all it is covered by land. The large land masses are also called as continents. There are 7 continents: Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Europe, Australia, Antarctica. And 71%, this blue color is there, it is covered, Earth's surface is covered by water. Large water bodies are called as oceans. We are having 5 oceans: the Indian Ocean, the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, the Arctic Ocean, and Arctic Ocean. So these are the important features of the globe. Now let us see what are the uses of the globe. Let us see what are the difference between a map and a globe before going to the uses. A map is flat, a globe is round. Map is the top view, globe is the model of the earth. Map helps us to find out any place or object. Globe helps us in locating the countries on the earth. Map can be of any place. Globe is only of the earth, where you can see all the continents, all the oceans in that. It is easy to carry the maps anywhere, but globes, what happens, we cannot take it anywhere. We can see here the latitudes and the longitudes. So what are the uses? The globe is useful for us to know the shape of the earth. It helps us to understand the position, what is the shape and the size of the continent. You can see here the size of the continent, how it is, the oceans and the seas. You can see here we are having the Northern Pacific Ocean here, isn't it? All these we can see. A good globe helps us to understand the inclination of axis, movements of the earth, that is rotation, revolution, and what are its effects, and how the days and nights are caused. It also gives us the information about the geographical features, the mountains, plateaus, plains, deserts, islands, rivers. So now we will move on to the next chart. This one, globe, what I told, the model of the earth. I have written it in a short form. What is a globe? Globe is a model of the earth. How it is? Spherical in shape, and it is a true representation of earth shapes, continents, oceans. So what are the uses? We study of the earth and locate the places of the earth. Now we will move on to the maps. The globe can give us only the general information about the earth, isn't it? How the earth looks. But maps are essential to get the detailed information of a state, place or a country, but also about the geographical features. A map, children, is a symbolic depiction emphasizing the relationships between elements of some space, such as objects, region or themes. Many maps are static, fixed to paper or some other durable medium, while others are dynamic or interactive. Although most commonly used to depict geography, maps may represent any space, real or fictional, without regard to the context or scale, such in brain mapping or DNA mapping or computer network topology mapping. So, the space being mapped may be two-dimensional, such as the surface of the earth, three-dimensional, such as the interior of the earth, or even more abstract spaces of any dimensions, such as arise in the modeling phenomena having many independent variables. Although the earliest maps are known are of the geographic maps of territory, have a long tradition and exist from the ancient times. The word maps come from the medieval Latin mappa mundi, wherein mappa meant napkin or cloth and mundi the world. Thus, map became a shortened term referring to the two-dimensional representation of the surface of the earth. When we move on to the geographic terms, geographic maps, cartography or map making is the study and practice of crafting representation of the earth upon a flat surface, and one who makes map is called as a cartographer. Is called as a cartographer. The collection of various types of maps which will be bound in a book, we call that as an atlas. So, what is a map? Now we studied. Let us recapture. What is a map? A graphic representation of the earth's surface drawn to scale as seen from above. We use colors, symbols and labels to represent the features found on the ground. A legend is used to explain the meaning of each of the symbol. For example, a star in a country represents the capital, and the compass rose indicates the direction. The scale, it tells us the approximate distances, children. Now we will move on. The atlas when I told. So this is the atlas. What is the atlas? The collection of various types of maps which are put into a book, that we call it as a atlas. An atlas is a collection of map. It is typically a map of the earth or typical map of the earth, but there are or a region of earth, but they are atlases of the other planets and their satellites in the solar system. Now we will move on to the types of maps. We are having two types of maps. One is based on scale and another is based on functions. Based on scale, we are having, it has been divided into two, that is small scale maps and large scale maps, children. Based on the function, it is being divided into three parts. One is the political map, the physical map and the thematic maps. Now let us move on to the classification of maps based on scale. So we are having here two. One is we are on the basis of scale and purpose. It is being classified into two. One is the small scale maps and large scale maps. For example, we are having atlas maps, wall maps as a small scale maps. Large scale maps, we are having the cadastral maps and the topographic maps. So in the next class, children, we will study about the types of maps in detail. Thank you, children.